Hello, it's Erica here from E2U Paper Crafts. I'm so happy that you've joined me for today's fun fold video. I feel as though it's been a long time since I did one of these, but I think I was well prepared the last time. And today again is Thursday, so this will be posted for your viewing enjoyment tomorrow morning. So this is the card we're going to be making. I got an email from another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the United States, and she had made this fun fold as a birthday card for her father, who is an avid sailor. And I thought it was rather cute. It sort of has that porthole, and then it's got some sailboats featured in the porthole. And it is then pulled out to create this fun internal part of the card. So I thought we'd make one today. I'm using the Sailing Home stamp set with the coordinating paper that is called Come Sail Away. Now I need to tell you that we're going to be the last month for the current annual catalog. So if you need any of the supplies that coordinate with this set, then you need to think about ordering those before the end of the month. Otherwise, they will be gone. And this set is carrying forward into the new annual catalog, but the papers and the other things that went with it will not be. So you want to be sure to check that out. If you already purchased the set and you need more of that beautiful paper and the coordinating elements, that is also something to consider. So let's get started with this card. I'm changing up the colors. I went with the blues like Brenda had used, but I'm now going to switch to the soft suede crumb cake range of colors. It looks complicated, but it's a very, very simple card to make. Okay, so we're going to start with our card base, and our card base is a piece of soft suede, and these are all the pieces that I've already prepared. This is my card base here. I've already done a little bit of the die cutting to save time on the video. So here's my card base here, and I'm simply going to cut this down, or not cut this, no, I'm not cutting it, I am scoring it. So this piece measures 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it on the long side at 4.25, and that gives me my center fold for the card. The next step is to adhere your DSP of choice onto the front, and then we're going to cut out a circle. So I'm going to use my tape runner and tape this to the card front. Like so. And now I'm using the circle framelets, straight cut and scalloped cut edges, and I can tell you the sizes. I color coordinate my framelets, and I have a video on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out, on how I color coordinate the straight edge with the scallop edge so that they're easier to find. But this is the second largest circle okay, that we're going to use in here, the second largest circle. And I'm going to cut a hole close to the top, try and make even edges here, and I'm going to use some of these tape flags to tape it down. And I'm going over to my Big Shot and I'll cut that circle out. There we have the circle cut out, and you can use this on another project or incorporate it into this project if you wanted to. So let me get a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to put tiny little dots around my frame. And let's get my tweezers and position this on my frame here. And hold that down for a few seconds. Please see my blog for instructions on how I made the frame, because I kind of screwed up at this point. Thank you. Until that sticks. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside to dry. The next thing is we need a piece of Whisper White, and the Whisper White measures 8 by 5 1/4. And so let me grab that. I was going to cut white, but I think the Very Vanilla works better with the soft suede and the DSP. So I changed my mind on that. Okay, so I'm going to bring back my large scoreboard now, and we have just 2 score marks to make. We're going to score this at 4 and 6. So 4 is the center fold at 4, and then we need another fold at 6, or score mark at 6. So I'm going to fold it in half in the center, and I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and I'm going to give it a nice crease like that. And then where I have that other crease, I'm just going to fold that back on itself, on the back, like that. And you want to give that a nice crease as well. Okay, so that becomes your pull-out. Like that. Now, as you can see in this card, after you pull it out, you have a pattern piece on the inside of this card, and this actually measures 1 7/8 by 5, and I want to use this rope DSP. Isn't this cool? It's in the Night of Navy and the soft suede. So I'm going to cut 1 7/8 by 5. And this is going to be glued in this area here. So you have a tiny little border of Very Vanilla around that piece, like so. And then you can safely glue this now to the inside of your card. It's really worth taking your time when you are gluing in your layers to try and get a nice even border around it. Okay, now for stamping our sailboats. So again, I'm going back to my circles. Now this circle, this blue circle, is the same size circle as I used on the front of the card. Right, so that's going to work like that. Okay, so we want to stamp. I'm going to do the sailboats again. I quite like that look. All right, now I'm going to show you a bit of a masking technique. So I want to grab my sailboats. And there's 2 sailboats in the stamp set. I'm going to use the smaller one. This one here. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm sort of doing a consistent one color scheme in both cards. So I'm going to do the sailboats in soft suede, even though I'm going to color, you know, the hull of the boat. All right, so what you're going to do here is you're going to stamp the very first image in the foreground on that circle. Okay, then you're going to grab a post-it note, and what you want to do is, I don't know if you can see this, but there is, now I'm not a sailing person, so I don't know the terms, but on the very outside line there, that is a rope, I guess, or a cable, and then you can see where the sail starts. So you want to line up this post-it note at the actual, what am I doing, on this side, the right side. You're going to line this up along the very edge of the sail, not the rope. And you want to ink up the stamp again. And then you're just putting the sailboat a little higher up. Make sure the mast doesn't go past the edge of your circle, and stamp another boat. So it looks like that boat is in the distance. Okay, I could have put it a little bit closer, but that's okay. Should have been just a tad closer to the other boat. I'll just show you that in here. You see, you want to kind of make it look like it's more in the background. But just because it's a little bit higher, it looks like it's behind that first sailboat. So we can glue these 2 pieces together. Try and center those circles as best you can. All right. Now, to glue this in here, what you want to do is close the card, and you are going to use Tombow glue, and you're going to glue, now be careful with this because you don't want glue to affect the closure. So you want to just don't go near the edges here. You want to just put a little bit of Tombow on that, close to the center fold, and then just draw a D in there. Okay, but you don't want it close to the edges of the circle. That's really important. And then basically all you do is you refit this circle back into that other circle. Okay, it should fit right inside that, and you're going to hold it down for a few seconds to let that glue set. Okay, so that should set nicely, and then I can, so there you go, there's your closure mechanism, like that. Very effective, I think. Okay. Now, I might want a few more decorative elements, more than what I did on here. Okay, so on this card, I quite liked the lighthouse. When you open up the card, you can see that lighthouse there. So I'm going to do the same on here. I'm going to do the lighthouse right here. Again, I'm going to do it in the soft suede. Just going to ink that up. I'm going to leave that ink pad open because I think I'm going to do a few little birds in the background too. Okay, so I'm now going to put my lighthouse here in that bottom left hand corner, like so. Now this card can be done in a number of ways. Instead of circles, you could easily use your squares framelits, or you could use ovals. That would work as well. It doesn't have to be circles. Alright, so you only see that lighthouse when it comes out. And so the stamp set comes with these, well, they're seagulls, but they're way in the distance. So I'm just going to stamp a few seagulls. I want to make sure I don't get ink on those outside edges. So I have to very lightly tap on my ink pad. Don't press down. That's better. And I'll just put a few seagulls in here like that. Look at that. Love that. Okay. And we basically have finished the inside of that card. So I think I'm going to color my sailboats. This is where I'm going to bring in maybe a little bit of color. On the blue, I brought in two different blues. So on this one, I might bring in a couple of maybe blues to go with the Night of Navy on the cardstock. So I'm going to bring in this, I think this is the Seaside Spray. I think I'll do one boat in Seaside Spray. And I'm just going to do the hull. And the other one I might do in a darker blue. I think this is, yeah, this is the light Night of Navy. You need a very, very light touch on that tiny little area. So there are my sailboats. And of course, sailing, I always, whenever I was invited to sail, I'm kind of a, what do they call that? Not, I don't want to go out in the rain. I want to go out on a nice sunny day. Anyway, there's a term for that. So I'm going to use some Wink of Stella on the sails, because I would imagine these just glistening in the sun, because they'll have sea spray all over them. I love this Wink of Stella. It's got a very lovely, lovely, fine, fine tip. So you get great control with it. It was great at Christmas time for putting tiny, tiny, fine dots for snow. I loved it for that. Okay, so there are my sailboats. And now I did cut out a couple of extra elements. This card's I've got a little bit more going on. On the front of this card I did the anchor with happy birthday here. I do want another happy birthday card. I don't do enough masculine cards, so it's good to have a few on hand. So, and I have these other elements I thought would be fun. So I keep all these little strips whenever I trim down my cardstock. I keep these little strips. My top right hand drawer is my scrap drawer. It's filled with Whisper White and very vanilla scraps, all kind of for you know, using with greetings or for my other general stamping. And it looks like I put back that happy birthday stamp, so I'll have to pull that out again. I love the itty bitty greetings. This is carrying over into our new annual catalog because they've just got all kinds of greetings, and they're small for creating these little strips of greetings. And no, it's already out somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's in my cleaning pad. I think it must have fallen off the block. Well, we're just going to have to put that back on there. And I'm going to use soft suede yet again. And I'm going to do a happy birthday. And then I want to create a little flagged end. So I'm just going to cut the end of that. Now to create the flagged end, you know to just snip up the center and then come in on the sides. Like that, to create a little flagged end. I'm going to put a couple of these mini dimensionals on there. Like so. And I'll just set this aside for a second because I want to decide what I'm doing on the front. So it's coming together nicely, I think. Now, what are the other elements I cut out? This is a little coil of rope. That is just so cool. I don't know if you can see that in the light. I have that I can add. Maybe I'll add that on the inside. And on the outside, I actually gold embossed this compass piece. So I might put this on the outside with this happy birthday going on top like that. So let me put some dimensionals on here. I think I just need one in the center like that. And I think I'll position this right here. And then I'm going to take my little happy birthday and pop off the adhesive backing and position this on for a cute little happy birthday there. And let's not waste this little guy. Maybe we can put him on this panel here like that. So I will stick him down with just some Tombow. And put that rope in like that. And then I think we're done. So there you go. There are the two cards. Very easy to do, I think. You just have to decide how you want to decorate it. And now I have two masculine cards for some upcoming birthdays. That's just perfect. So thank you so much for watching once again. I hope you're enjoying these fun fold videos. Please share with your friends. Oh, I'm sorry, my lamp was in the way a little bit. Please share with your friends. Let people know that this is what I'm doing. I'm a West Coast Canadian demonstrator. And if you'd love to shop with me, I would love it too. Or if you'd like to join my team of gals, you are more than welcome to do that as well. If you'd like a catalog once it comes out, our new annual catalog, it's for Canadian shoppers. I would be more than happy to send you one. Just if you go to my my actual website, from me to you, papercrafts.blogspot.ca, all of my contact information is there. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and go make yourself a lovely little sailboat card. Bye for now.